Hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Monday, everyone. Hey, Mr. Sinks. Welcome. I am very tired. I've just felt kind of dim all day, you know? So we're gonna have another chill one. Good day. We've got the puppy cam working today. Let's quickly just go to like the full screen puppy cam while she is in fact there and being cute. No, that's Poopy. Puppy cam. Oh, not two. No, we want to go puppy cam one. There we go. Focused on the puppy cat. That's what people want to see. So she's been taken to sitting over there on the sofa lately. Looks like she gets a nice commanding view of the whole living room. And she's got a little cushion to sleep on so she can be a bit warmer. And she's very cute. And it means, hey, we don't have to chase her around the apartment with the camera if she's happy to just kind of snooze there. Win-win for everyone. How is everyone? I hope that those of you who have had Mondays had a decent one, and those of you who are about to have Mondays have a decent one, and then there's the whole week to consider, but let's not look too far ahead, shall we? Let's just try and do one day at a time, which is what I've been doing, trying to fix my sleeping. It's difficult. It is very difficult fixing sleep, especially in the middle of winter, because it is so cold and so tempting to just stay in bed and sleep in. Oh, just dragging my brain into gear is pretty tough. I still intend to schedule that yonder bonus morning stream at some point. It's just that I want to get some like stream music to go with it so that people aren't completely bored out of their minds, and maybe a different starting soon screen, like for retro coding kind of stuff that we might want to do. So it's all of the sort of homework that I got to do that I have not done because I'm still very tired all the time. It'll happen. I appreciate you all for being very patient with me. And in the meantime, yeah, I've been doing some little retro coding on a QBasic game, so that's fun. More details when that's a bit more fleshed out. And we're playing Ultima 8. We're still in like the middle of the game somewhere. You're still waiting for 7 days of 7 days? Well, I kind of had to put that on hold for a while because it was clear that I was not going to get around to that. It's still something I kind of want to do. We'll figure it out, Mr. Sinks. It'll happen. Maybe when the actual zombie apocalypse hits, I'll get round to it then. Yeah. Uh-huh. Also, you know, it occurs to me that the town of From and the sort of towns you run into in 7 days, they're kind of similar. Like, you know, like, oh, you've got to hide up inside at night and things like that. So maybe we could have a From-themed 7 Days to Die game. That would be cool. And good on you for the watch streak. Woo. Enjoy those imaginary currencies. Let's go to the game. So, where were we? We, last stream, had completed our pilgrimage. We had gone to the birthplace of Morians, a place that is sacred for us necromancers, because I'm a necromancer now. Look, I've got like a fancy Key of the Caretaker, but I've also got a fancy Key of the Scion now as well. Gotta make a mod that replaces all zombies with Smiley. Ooh, that'd be scary. And we still actually do want to go back to our necromancer patron, Vividos, and say, yep, we did the pilgrimage. But while we were down there in the crypts, we found like a long-forgotten cave with statues to the deities of ancient gods. And those 3 gods told us that, yeah, it is our destiny to become the Titan of Ether using this here obelisk tip. And with it, we can defeat the other Titans and leave Pagan. Hooray. So I thought I'd come back here to Mithrin's place and try and sort through all of this stuff and junk that we have, because holy crap, there's so much stuff. And did I sort through it off stream? No, I did not. And I have 403 obsidian coins here. Can I put it in my little bag of coins? No, because all of these bags are tiny. Hi, Mithrin. How's it going? We do have to return his shield, which is actually not the shield that we took from him originally. This is the shield that we were supposed to use for that altar thing. And instead, we're returning the really, really ancient, broken down one. But he won't know the difference. Guy's blind. Greetings, Moody Mystery. Just woke up. Hope you're doing well. I've felt very not awake all day today, and that is despite a Red Bull and having slept in a fair bit. So I'm continuing to exist. That's about all I can say. But we can talk to Mithrin here and say, hey, we've learned how to necromance. Good day, Boyden. Hello, Mithrin. Good to see you, my friend. Is there some assistance I can give you? May I have another potion? Aye, my friend, I have had time to concoct another. Here. Tell me about Pagan. The question is quite broad in scope. Do you wish me to talk about the city, the island, or all of Pagan? The island? The island is called Morgalen, same as the mountain, or volcano, from which it sprang. As far as the people know, this is the only piece of land remaining after the Titans vanquished the Destroyer. Actually, I meant the people. To be honest, I know little about the people. A few come to visit me for my knowledge, and even fewer to buy my scrolls. I do know a little about the mages of Pagan. Is it them you are interested in knowing? The mages, yes. There are 4 of what I call schools of magic on Pagan, 1 for each of the Titans. The study of death and the ground is called necromancy. It is the necromancer who is responsible for carrying out the pact with Lithos by burying the dead and sending their spirits to him. The current necromancer, Vividos, is fairly new to his position, I'll say. This means that he has been away from the city for only a few years, and is, therefore, less reclusive. In time, however, he will have forgotten most of his social graces, and the people will find dealing with him as distasteful as they did his predecessors. Tempestry's main focus is water, though its aspect does involve combining with Hydros' sister titan, Stratos, making storms as much a part of Tempestry as the sea. Unlike the other schools, Tempestry is not learned. It is passed on through the bloodline. The eldest living Tempest possesses the greatest amount of power. However, as long as a younger Tempest's spell does not contradict an elder's, the younger's magic will work fully. Since there seems to be little cap on the powers of Tempestry, I am glad for the Pagans that Devon now rules Tenebrae. You should be commended for your role in that. Hey, Wedgie, welcome in. Stellos was the first follower of Stratos. His order of enlightenment teaches theurgy, the study of the winds. He is a good and learned man. If you will permit me a judgment of ethics, who freely uses his powers of healing? The 4th school, sorcery, involves the Titan of Fire. I have never spoken to Malakir in person, but I fear the sorcerer's reputation for deceit is unchanged by his rise to power. We have a mid-year tax deadline today, so I've had to work a bit of overtime. Oh, that sucks. Take care when dealing with those who consort with Pyros, for it seems they'd become as wicked as he. Those are the mages of the 4 schools. Of course, they do not represent all aspects of magic on Pagan. What other magic exists? There is what I call thaumaturgy. It is not tied to any of the titans, but borrows bits and pieces from any form of magic you can imagine. I am a practitioner of thaumaturgy. Can you teach me thaumaturgy? You wish to learn spells from me? Yes. You're ready for your first lesson in thaumaturgy, the Blast of Confusion. Before we begin, I must confess that the eternal pursuit of knowledge, despite the solitude I afford myself on this dreary island, is costly. As a result, I am afraid I must charge you a modest fee to help defray the cost? Defray the cost? I'm having trouble reading this, but it doesn't make sense either way. Of my studies, please accept my humble apologies for this inconvenience. I must ask 50 in obsidian chits. I will pay that. Excellent. We can now begin. Here is the book that describes the process by which you cast the spell. Study it well, and you shall quickly master the necessary aspects. As you learn from the book I have given you, each spell has particular components, in this case reagents, that are a required part of casting the spell. I can sell some of these to you if you wish, but only after you have read the spell and determined what reagents you will need. Enough about Pagan. Very well. Goodbye. Good evening, my friend, and farewell. Alright, let's have a sit down and read this book about spellcasting. Oh, that's right. I cannot sit on chairs in this game. Literally unplayable. Alright, let's continue standing while we read this book. Oh, it's a hefty tome. Look at that. Confusion Blast. In qua suis. With these words, the caster releases a wave of etheric emanations that cause all opponents to forget not only the current combat in which they are involved, but also any hostile dispositions towards the caster. The necessary components are the spellbook and the following reagents: Eye of Newt, Bat Wing, Serpent Scale, Obsidian, and Brimstone. That's a lot of reagents. Should we go and purchase some of those things? I guess we should. Not sure how often we're going to need Confusion Blast. Good day, Boyden. Hello, Mithrin. Is there some assistance? I wish to buy reagents. Very well. I only have reagents for the reagents I speak. I need to wish to purchase a reagent. Necromancy, sorcery, or those specific to thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy. Do you wish to buy Eye of Newt, Batwing, Serpent Scale, or Dragon Blood? Yes. I must ask 25 obsidian coins for the Eye of Newt. I will pay that. Excellent. Use this well. Wow, I have to click through every single thing just to buy one reagent at a time? Oh boy. Thaumaturgy, Batwing, 30 obsidian coins. This is good. It'll lighten our pockets a little bit. More reagents. Thaumaturgy. Batwing, Serpent Scale. I should have brought some Serpent Scales with me from Serpent Isle. Well, this is a very tedious shopping method. Dragon Blood. Pay that. Now, I believe that wasn't the entirety of the spellbook. The reagents that we need. The necessary components of the spellbook and the following reagents: Eye of Newt, Batwing, Serpent Scale, Obsidian, and Brimstone. So, we don't have any Obsidian or Brimstone, and the old man accidentally managed to con us into buying some Dragon Blood when we don't actually need any for this spell. So I guess we'll put this in our bag of... Ow. No, don't cast a spell. Boyden, you dumbass. So, Hold on. So, thaumaturgy. You have to read the spell book to check on what reagents it uses. But reading the spell book also automatically starts consuming reagents to try and cast the spell. Wow. Thanks so much, game. What's this? Dragon blood. Cool. Put it in our bag of reagents. Ooh, what streak reached? Well done, YGY. So yeah, as I alluded to in my tweet and or Mastodon toot, I was gonna do some inventory management, and I did not do the inventory management because I'm a terrible streamer and did not prepare at all. So we can do some on stream right now while I'm half awake. And these little jewelry boxes do not carry nearly enough capacity. Really, Ultima 8? Yeah. It's just like those spell scrolls which tell you, this is what you're about to cast, haha. You're casting it now, goodbye. So, I think we spied a bag downstairs somewhere, didn't we? Or maybe we took it. There's a bedroll. There's a rope. We need containers. Alright, we've got a little wicker basket here. Can we take the basket? Just gonna stash a bunch of stuff because I cannot help myself but be a pack rat in games and need to just hold on to all the things. So why don't we have like a basket full of potions, and we'll put it here on this table. Let's see, so we've got a red potion. That's there. We've got purple potion, yellow potion, and that's probably plenty for our adventuring needs. I did have a bunch of them in this bag here. I don't suppose I can stand between these two items and just put stuff in there? Oh, we can! How civilized. Assuming it's... oh. No. Out of space. It kind of looks like backpacks are the only thing that actually have decent storage space in terms of volume, which is unfortunate because you're not really supposed to be able to carry backpacks around with you. Well, what's our weight like? 84. We do still have these extra weapons we picked up. We're currently using the Scimitar of Kumash Gore, which is pretty good. It apparently does double damage to undead. I looked it up on the wiki. The thing is, though, when it comes to the undead, we can mostly run straight past them, or we'll just grant peace on them because we're a necromancer now and we can do that. So I think I want to use Deceiver, which is like one of the highest damages. And good old Slayer is very nice, and we're very fond of it for its insta-kill capacity, but we will just put it away for the moment. Maybe I'll get myself a barrel of weaponry that I can use. We'll put it away for the moment because it's extra carrying space, and it doesn't proc that often. So that'll do for weaponry. We have our emotional support cushion here. That's absolutely vital. I mean, I tried to putting this small rolling sphere in this box of gems, but nope, it's not having it. This will do. So I thought maybe we would go back to Vividos and say we've done our little pilgrimage, hooray. How do we get there? Central Tenebrae. Gareth, welcome on in. Emotional support weaponry, yes. Battling undead seems like a gravy situation. Oh, gravy. Yes, gravy. Took me a moment. I'm seriously low on brain juice. By the way, James Necko, I saw a YouTube video of a cat using a human toilet. Have you seen that before? Well, gravy also kind of works. Like, it's gravy, yeah. I have YGY, and not in person, but I have seen many videos and anecdotes of people training their cat to eventually use like a human toilet. See, we could grab this backpack, but I'm concerned that there is alleged bugs involved in picking up backpacks and putting them inside backpacks. I think we'll have to stick to the bags. Yeah, like it can be done, and you've got special like inserts that you put in the toilet that you can fill with reduced amounts of litter each time. Sorry, but it was Father's Day in the USA, so I had to make a dad joke, yeah. The thing is, though, YGY, that, like, it'll work. They can learn to use it. They don't flush, but they can learn to use it. But they do get a little bit neurotic about it, because they have this built-in, absolutely primal need to cover their poop with stuff. They need to cover it up. And they can't do that when they're shitting in the toilet. Even Poppy, with the litter tray that I've got set up in the bathtub, she'll sometimes just scrape at the walls of the bathtub. Like, she's not really succeeding in covering it up, but you can tell, like, this is absolutely low-level code running on this cat at this moment. So yeah, I think in this box, I'm taking this box. This is now my box of extra currency. I mean, let's face it, we're probably only going to be spending money at Mithran's. So we may as well dump all of our money in there whenever we visit. I mean, maybe some of the later schools of magic we'll visit will need to pay for stuff, but yeah, this is fine. Is it very heavy? Not too heavy. Where was I? Cat neuroses, yes. So it's possible, but I'd say inadvisable, really. Just get yourself a couple litter trays, suck it up, and scoop the poop every now and then. I call it panning for gold. Digging for lost treasure. They've also got those, like, automatic, like, robotic cat litter cleaning things nowadays. I haven't seen one in action, but I can only assume that it could also be a little distressing for the cat if they see it fire up and start whirring away and all sorts of things. Like, you know, they're skittish enough when they're pooping, because they're at the most vulnerable, or so they feel. That's why they want to join you in the bathroom, because they want to, like, you know, be there for you and watch out for predators for you while you're doing your business. Communal pooping. Oh yeah. Hey, Dr. Yasmin. Welcome in. How you doing? We're just talking about poop. Sleepy. So, assuming that we're all done with the necromancers for the moment, I think the next on our agenda is the theurgists, the aeromancers, airbenders. Actually, yeah, like, hang on, we've got airbending, we've got firebending. Necromancy has some earth elements to it, so that's like earthbending. And Hydros is waterbending. Except it's like bloodline only. Whereas the other ones you can learn them. And then Titan of Ether, that's being an avatar and everything. Well, like literally, I'm the avatar. Heard something about communal pooping, lol. Yes, you know how it is. Your human goes to the bathroom, locks the door behind them. They don't realize how vulnerable they are when they're on the toilet. You got to get in there. You're trying to warn them. You're yelling at the door saying, "Don't do it, man. Don't do it. James, you've got to open this door and let me watch out for you while you're pooping." Hello again, my friend. I forget how Vividos speaks. I have seen the birthplace of Morians. That is well. I hope that your experience was as wonderful as mine own. Farewell. Farewell, apprentice. Well, that's it. Don't have any more necromancy things to teach me? Wow. Okay. Fine. I see how it is. No more necromancy secrets to learn. Maybe I'll run away from home and find some other mages to take me and learn their magic. See if I care. Were there any containers up here I missed that could be useful? Containers, containers. We need containers. Nope. Unless that urn works as a container. That would be kind of cool. It's a vase, not an urn. Is this an urn? It's a jug. You'd think at a necromancer's place we would find more urns. What's this? It's a jug. Not an oil flask, surprisingly. Alright, so we can go to the Theurgists next and introduce ourselves. How do we get there? Is the question. Like, the quest line that we've been on now is basically from the ancient Zealand gods, where they're saying, hey, you could totally use this and become a Titan of Ether and kill the other Titans for us. Let's recall back to Mithrin's place. I think if we go to the halls of the Mountain King, that's probably closest to Stone Cove, and from Stone Cove we can get to the Theurgist place. So this is full. You wouldn't think this is full, but it's full. And this is not full. This has money in it. I mean, I probably don't need to carry this obelisk tip around with me everywhere I go. Is it heavy? It weighs 1. Let's just stick it on that table there. Everyone remember where we parked the obelisk tip. And let's go to Halls of the Mountain King. Give it a save.
At this very moment, Britannia burns.
Oh, that sounds terrible. What's a Britannia? Alright, so you go this way, and Mountain King tries to kill you. Yep. And somewhere here there's a teleporter? Yeah, here we are. And from here we also jump off a tall thing. And leave here. Excuse me? Boyden? Hello? Oh, there we go. Game stuttered for a bit there. And now we can go back into the cave entrance that we came into this place from, I think. Right? I think I'm going too far here. Almost definitely going too far. Kill for a minimap right now. Okay, but if those were the doors to get into the Hall of the Mount King, where was the cave entrance? Did I miss it? Yoink. There is another place we could go to, and that's the lower catacombs. Because we have a teleporter there now, and there was that locked door. Oh look, this is the entrance to the cave. It's so hard to see. Because apparently there's a cheat room there that I never knew about back in the day that we could have a look at. Mind a bit of cheating. Just carefully navigate all of these traps. Ow. Ow. Carefully. Oh, hey. That's handy.
Are you sure? Think again.
I'm pretty sure I want to cheat, son of Eld. Welcome in. How are you doing? That would be infuriating to find. Yeah, thankfully we came out of that cave entrance the first time, Gareth. And I'm not sure if the game really expects you to find it again and come back this way. I'm just going this way because I think it might be a little more convenient. It'd be funny if lightning strikes you for cheating as bad karma, yeah. Well, you know what they say, cheaters never win. Well, at least they certainly carved that into a lot of brass plaques and scatter them throughout Ultima 7. There was some path here in... Ooh, okay. Lava. Maybe I want to pull up the map, because I don't want to try and traverse this liquid hot lasagna without being sure that that's where I want to go. Where would this be, though? Upper Catacombs 2? To Stone Cove. Yeah, okay. So Carthax Lake is across that lake of fire. Lava tunnel, okay, sure. I'm guessing that that's the Pyromancer's place, and we want the next turn off to the right to get to Argentrock Isle. Is it this way? Nope. And we don't need to talk about it right now, because it would be kind of spoilery, and although I have played the game before, there could be people in chat who don't want to learn about events so far in the future. But I forget, you know, like, how it comes to be that we get all 4 elemental powers. Because they've been pretty insistent that powers of the Tempest are hereditary only. Okay, I'm still lost despite having this map up. We were going the right way the first time, it just didn't look like the right way. Because like all of these other schools of magic, we're just getting taught. Which is nice. But it seems like we were never going to be in Stratos' good books. Sorry, not Stratos. Hydros? The Lurker. Click. How come there's all these undead here now? So if you'll excuse the noises, which I can see are competing with my voice here. And you. Oh gods, now there's murlocs. Right. Yeah, like Stratos, not Stratos. Stratos we're gonna learn. Hydros. Hydros is no way gonna actually just teach us water bending. Okay, we can't open that door. Can I use the key of the Skyon, which refuses to go on my keyring, but is nonetheless an actual key? Oh, look at the game struggle. There we go. Why the Necromancers have a key that unlocks the route to the Airbenders, I have no idea. And our character is somewhere on screen here. There we go. I mean, maybe our friend Devon, our friend Devon, will adopt us, and by doing so, we will gain the powers of the Tempest. That could work.
One world lies in ruin, nothing more than a charred shell. The other will soon follow.
Thanks for the blow-by-blow, Guardian. But here we are, on Argentrock Isle. Oh, there's a man drill. It's trying to drill some mans. I think we killed it. Off to your destiny, Boyden. You must learn airbending. I should rewatch Avatar. Okay, more of those things. Hooray. At least they die in like one hit now. How sweet. 2 people died next to their campfire. And their bodies rotted away until they were nothing but skeletons. And their campfire kept burning the whole time. That is some really good campfire fuel that they were using. Aw, little doll. Shall we read about their fate? They've presumably journaled every last second of their lives. That's some cursed fire. Maybe it's just like Pagan, like the atmosphere is 50% ethanol. Actually, if the atmosphere was 50% ethanol around here in Pagan, that would explain a lot. Here we go. I'm glad I wasn't standing on that book when I read it. Killer Jokes by Trickster. Welcome, reader, and learn the age-old art of practical jokes. I, Trickster, have studied long and hard from the tomes of the ancient masters to achieve the knowledge and wisdom that I may now impart on you, the novice. Chapter 1, Exploding Books. Where's that potion I picked up? That wasn't funny, lol. Was it funny or not? What is that icon? Is that just a regular old emoji? So I don't know why there's a tiny little lake here with a boat and everything. I'm supposed to be finding some airbenders. True story, 50% ethanol is the minimum concentration of ethanol needs for ethanol to burn. Ah. Today we learned. Get up there, Boyden. Oh, more of those things. Let's just move on, shall we? They're loud and annoying. Hey, there's a person. Hi. Did we find the people we need to talk to? Are you lost? Pardon me. Good day to you. Welcome to our island. By what are you called? I am called Holy Cirrus, but please just call me Cirrus. Holy Cirrus? That is a name given to me by Stellos. Everyone thinks it is a grand name. What place is this? This is Argentrock, home of the theurgists. Everyone? My mother and father, the others here, why, just everyone. It is a grand name. I'm sure my father has bragged about it to everyone, including the Thorax. Done with work. Got to wake up in about 6 hours. Good night. Nice seeing you. Get some rest, YGY. Please. That being said, burning ethanol is a waste of alcohol. It makes a nice explosion. Who are the theurgists? Why, we are the disciples of Stratos, the great titan of air. We are healers. Your father is a herdsman? Yes, and so I would be. It's birthing time back home. My favorite time of the year. Watching the beginning of a new life. Helping that new life to stand. It's one of the greatest joys in my life. But that is all behind me now. Where are you from? My home is in the hills of Tenebrae. Even Argentrock, with all its finery, is but a pale shadow of the beauty of Tenebrae. The ocean, the hills, the people, I miss it so. You miss the people of Tenebrae? Have you met them? It has been my home since birth. I miss the people. Darian, with all his bluff and bluster, used to carry candy in his pocket just for me. Bentic tutored both Jenna and I. Oh, I have bad news. When we were young. Oh, my beloved Jenna. I try not to think of her. It pains me so. Tell me of Jenna. Ah, you've met her, then. Isn't she a lovely creature? I have loved her from the moment I laid eyes on her. I always dreamed she would marry me and live with me in the hills, helping tend the Thorax. It is funny how things never work out like we expect. We're going to have to tell Jenny. Bentic is dead, by the way. Oh no, say it is not so. Oh dear, you bring me sad news of my home. Pray, how did this happen? Mordea had him executed. The Tempest. I knew she was a hard woman, but to execute someone as gentle and harmless as Bentic. What terrible thing did he do that would anger the Tempest so? He conducted forbidden research. Research was what Bentic loved most. Ah, 'tis a sad day when good folks are executed for doing something that they love and brings harm to no one. Well, it would have brought harm to Mordea. Where's Stardrop at? I know not. Do you want something, my friend? Pardon me? Hello, Cirrus. Hello, my friend. I am pleased to see you. Where are you from? I feel like we missed a dialogue option because he ended the conversation soon. Yeah. Why are you here? It was discovered when I was quite young that I had a talent for healing. My mother and father were so proud. They told everyone about their brilliant child who was going to heal the world. Then my sister was injured by a kith. No matter how I tried, my meager skills were no match for her injury. She died, and I vowed it would never happen again. I left home and made my way here. I've been here ever since. You missed the people of Tenebrae. Bye. I think that was it. Goodbye. Heal the world, make it a better place. It's pagan, so the bar is set pretty low. I mean, really, you could just do about anything and make it better. Where's that guy with the blue robes? He was here a moment ago. Fish. Ooh, obsidian. Yoink. No, come on, yoink. I like it when they do this with the inventories. Yoink. Lots of food. And empty potion bottles. Oh, there's the blue dude. Hi. I feel like you were here to meet me, and I didn't talk to you. Hello. No time to talk now. I have my studies to attend to. Oh, how rude. I said hello. No time to talk now. I have my studies to attend to. Okay. Here's a building. Let's barge in, as we do, being the protagonist. Some delicious cheese. Don't mind if I do. I said, don't mind if I do. Anything good in your desk drawer here? No. So yeah, don't know how long we'll do the stream for. It is often the case that I say, oh, I'm so tired, it might be a short stream today, and then we go for like 3 hours. I reckon we'll just play and see where we get to. Fade from Sight. Hello. The spell of Fade from Sight. This spell is another very versatile spell, as it allows the caster to become invisible to the sight of nearly all mortal beings. The focus representing this spell is a closed eye. The words to be spoken during the casting are Quas an lor. Yoink. These theurgists are just leaving their spellbooks lying around. The spell of Reveal. This spell is a dissipation spell, meaning that it will actually dispel another type of magic, specifically the spell of invisibility. When the theurgist casts this spell, a wave of energy moves away from the caster in increasing concentric circles. These energy waves will dispel all forms of invisibility. The focus used for this spell is an open eye, and the casting words are Ort Lor. However, hey, no reagents needed. That's not bad. Illusion Negate Light. Welcome in, Duke Darkwood. Magic Light, yes. I do like the language of magic that is used in the Ultima games, and how it's fairly consistent, even across games. We did play Ultima Underworld 2 earlier, and that was a fun one. Oh, I know the best reagent seller. All the reagents you want, 1 gold. I am not familiar with this person. The spell of Airwalk. The Airwalk spell, I mean, never mind the fact that we use obsidian coins in this world, is the most highly valued spell for a theurgist can learn, for it is only through the use of this spell that a theurgist can reach Stratos and hear the mystic voice. When this spell is cast, the theurgist is capable of jumping quite a great distance with the aid of the surrounding air. Oh good, more jumping. It is interesting to note that the first time a theurgist experiences this spell is when he has completed the tests and seeks Stratos for the first time. He or she, come on, equal representation amongst theurgists, please. If Stratos is pleased with the theurgist, then she will grant the spell without the use of a focus. From that point on, however, the theurgist must have the focus representing wings to cast a spell. Words of power must also be spoken. For this spell, these words are Vas her por, big wind move. I like my translation better, Darkwood. Ultima 4, Blind Reagent Seller. Trust you could give the correct payment. I have not, confession time, I have not played Ultima 4 yet. What we've been doing here with the stream is I started with 7 Black Gate, because that's where I started back in the day. And we've been going forward through the series. Yeah, it's sort of like big fart that moves you. So at some point we'll get to Ultima 9, and then I might take a break, but it is my intention to then eventually wrap around and start from Ultima 1 and go through those. Mzizzy, hello, welcome in. We're just learning about magic spells revolving around wind, breaking wind, that sort of thing. How are you doing? You should do the U6 Exalt after U9. Yeah, Dr. Yasmin. There's a lot. There's a lot of Ultima games to play. I like the Ultima Underworld 1 and 2 series. Yeah, I mean 2 was really great. I haven't really gone through and finished 1 though. I'm here like fly on stink. Yeah. You heard the talk of farting and that sort of thing and degenerate humor and immediately knew this is the stream for you. Did you ever try and learn and memorize the Ophidian script from Serpentile? Fuck that, Ephraimi. Fuck that shit, no. We've got a perfectly good translate spell. We'll use that. I did occasionally resort to the manual back in the day and try and translate it from that when we didn't have the reagents handy to cast the spell. But, you know, they've got an S shape that's like that, and an S shape that's like that, but rotated by 5 degrees. Whoever came up with that script, yeah, psychopath. How about the original XCOM for a break? Nice, relaxing, casual XCOM stream. Relaxing. Yeah, just a nice, casual 30-part XCOM stream. 1 and 2 might be very, very rough, especially 2, both visually and mechanically. Yeah, I've been watching Gomitan play through Ultima 2, and you kind of just have to resort to cheese tactics if you want to get through the game, and it's very repetitive. But, hey, I don't mind a bit of cheese. Cheese is nice. You're one of Galara's people. We're all one of Galara's people, really. I can read Britannian runes without a guide. Same, roughly. But I couldn't read Ophidian with a guide. Let's say hi to the Theurgists, then. Introduce ourselves. Demand that they teach us their secrets.
Soon, I shall be able to call Britannia mine. It seems, Avatar, that you are missed here. Why, I believe I hear Lord British crying out for you now.
Poor Lord British. I'll give myself a save here, because I don't know where I'm going next. The pixels there look very suspicious, like they tried to hide a lever behind the altar, but I think it's just a coincidence that the platform they've got it on there and the altar of focus happen to just kind of join up there. So, you going to talk to me now? Sorry, I would speak with you, but I'm in a hurry. Talk to me later when my duties are done. Uh-huh. Oh, there is a patch, assuming it's still out there, for Ultima 2 that changes the colours. It's still 4-colour, well 5, but isn't black just the absence of others? But they replace CMY with RGB. Honestly, I like the CMY EGA tileset, colour palette. You, man, pardon me, good sir, but would you stop hiding behind the curtain there and talk to me? Welcome, stranger. Good day to you. And a good day to you, my friend. How may I help you? Teach me your secrets. That won't make it more playable, but you won't have to put up with cyan grass and purple seas. I like the cyan grass and purple seas. It's slightly, you know, different. By what are you called? I am Stelos. I have lived here for many, many years. What do you do? I'm the leader of the Order of Enlightenment. Order of Enlightenment. That is the name of those of us who follow the great air titan Stratos. Name, job. Leader? Well, it isn't really an official title. Most of the younger members come to me for guidance because I am the oldest member of the Order. How many years? Through the grace of the great air titan Stratos, I have lived over 200 years. You don't look a day over 100. It is long a time for anyone to live. Stratos must have need of me to keep me here so long. So who's Stratos? Stratos is the greatest of the Titans, for it is through the power of Stratos that we of the Order gain our ability to heal the hurts of the world. However, this gift is not without cost. Oh, yeah, I've talked to Mithrin. How much obsidian do you need? They're probably just bad at keeping log of time. That or the planet just revolves around the sun really, really fast. Like, woo, 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 woo. Tell me of healing. The healing is done by using a focus to channel the powers of Stratos to the patient. Oh, that's not for us. We're very impatient. This is a delicate procedure, for if the healer is not steady in his ability, there they go again, or her, or disciplined in his or her heart, he may reach too deeply into the power and destroy himself and the patient. Oh. What's the cost? As you can see by the clouding in my eyes, I am blind. It is the price I pay for being able to serve Stratos so completely. I would like to learn how to heal. To do that, you will have to join the Order. Then I will join your Order. The first step to joining the Order of Enlightenment are to pass the tests of wisdom and centeredness. Brother Xavier can tell you more. I suggest you seek him out. Of course, I encourage you to spend time speaking to all of the theurgists here, for every member of our Order is likely to have some wisdom which might help you reach enlightenment. Yeah, I don't know. Last time I spoke with someone saying the time has come for a new age of enlightenment. Turned out to be a bad guy. Sorry, I would speak with you, but I'm in a hurry. Talk to me later when my duties are done. I don't think that's ever going to be done. And you thought the cost was obsidian. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to go blind. Kiss silk. Seems like they do a bunch of weaving here. Could we double-click that and weave ourselves some cloth? Yeah? That would be a nice game? No? Okay. So we need to talk to Xavier. Is Xavier down here in the dungeons? Why do they even have a dungeons here? Why was that just like no staircase but me falling into a pit? Don't think this is the right way to go. I mean, Stratos showed Stellar something no one on Pagan had seen for hundreds of years. Have you the lore book that came with the game? I know GOG includes it as a PDF. Yeah, I've got most things as PDF on my budget version of the box. I'm pretty sure it did have some bits of paper in it, but I can't remember. I only got it out on stream for the first episode, I think. But yeah, I guess Stratos showed Stellar something so amazing that he immediately went blind. Yeah. Let's keep looking around for this Xavier fellow. That's it, Boyden. Squeeze yourself through the door. There. The wisdom of Stratos is not difficult to find. It will come to any who follow the ways of the great Air Titan. You need only find a quiet place to relax and open your mind. I have found that a breezy evening on my porch is the perfect place for me to seek respite from the day. Once there, I merely close my eyes and breathe deeply of the sweet air, the gift of Stratos, and allow the glory of Stratos to soothe my weary mind. I seek Stratos in this way for several reasons. Stratos is a quiet Titan. She cares not for gain and glory for herself. Rather, she cares only for what is good for her children. She abhors production and pomp. While the other Titans may encourage their children to stand out from the crowds and boast loudly of their accomplishments, Stratos prefers her children do her bidding in a quiet, unassuming manner. Well, technically true. Stratos showed him the sun. Oh yes, I remember that. Above the perpetual cloud cover. The best kind of true. He's still the head assistant. He certainly is. Wait, let's read this book. The Spell of Fade from Sight. We read this one already. Good reader, I wish to tell you a story I heard about a warrior named Yevaud. he was a mighty fighter and was never bested in battle. Challengers came from across the land, and they all fell before him. One day, an acolyte of Stratos was healing the wounds Yevaud had inflicted upon a challenger. As the acolyte worked, Yevaud approached. "You there," Yevaud said. "You will surely agree that there is no one better than I." The acolyte looked up at the warrior. "That is not true." "What?" roared the big man. "There is one who is better than you," the acolyte said. "Who? Who is better than me?" he bellowed. "Meet me here tomorrow, and I will make him known to you," said the acolyte. When the next day came, Yevaud arrived at the appointed spot. He found the acolyte sitting beneath a tree. "I am here. Lead me to the upstart," Yevaud said. The acolyte got to his feet. "Follow me, and I will take you where you may find him." Yevaud followed the acolyte as they walked towards the mountains. When they reached the sheer face of the cliffs, the acolyte pointed to a cavern opening. "In there you will find one who is better than you," said the acolyte. Yevaud drew his mighty sword and bravely entered the cave. All was silent for a moment. Then a horrible bellowing was heard and the buzzing of many mandrill. A short while later, Yevaud emerged from the cavern. He was exhausted and bloody. "Acolyte," he cried, "there were only mandrill in that cave." "Yes," the acolyte answered. "Those mandrill have been plaguing this area for quite some time. Why, just last week they killed a small child." "But you said in there I would find one who is better than I," said the fighter. "There was, for by killing those mandrill, you used your sword for a good purpose rather than destruction. Therefore, the man who walked out of the cave was a better man than the one who walked into the cave." "And that is my story, friend. For you see, weapons destroy, but wit builds." Yevaud killed the acolyte. The end.
Dear new acolyte, it is with greatest gladness that I welcome you to the family of Stratos. She has welcomed you home and given you the greatest power of all, the power to heal. This gift is not without price, however, and it is important that you learn the responsibilities that come with the power. The first lesson you must learn is the lesson of impartiality. The gift of healing is given to all who need it, without favoritism, malice, or greed. Should you come across the battlefield, your first duty is to the injured. If you hesitate even one moment, even to see the outcome of the battle or determine which side is correct, then you are failing in your calling as an acolyte of Stratos. While there is great joy in the gift of healing, there can also be great cost. For to bring a life back from the edge of the pit of death will cost you more than your energy, or a spell of healing. Stratos will give you the power to restore life, but you, in turn, must give her your sight. This is the greatest cost, but I think there is a fair one, for what value does to a single sense hold when compared to whole of the body and spirit? All these things you must keep close to your heart, for you are about to embark on one of the most fulfilling callings known, an acolyte of Stratos. Stelos. Alright, enough reading for the moment. Maybe those books are incredibly critical for us to read. We're just going to keep looking for this Xavier person. There's a lot of books. Keep close to your heart. That's exactly what it said. Stelos wrote that after being nearly blinded. Well, that's why he couldn't proofread it. You're the, you're Stelos, right? Stelos the monk. Okay. Come on. Up you go, Boyden. There we are. Gently does it. Wow, you climbed some stairs. Well done. Ah, hello. Would you be the person I need to talk to? Cat stretch. Ooh, I missed it. Yeah. It's so nice when they stretch, especially when they're on your lap already. Have I met you before? I don't believe we've met. My name's Torwin, and yours? I'm Boyden. Well, anyway, hello, Boyden. What brings you here? What do you do here? For now, I'm only a healer, but that is just because they have not recognized my superior abilities. But they will. Believe me, they will. What superior abilities? Why, my talent for magic, of course. I've passed all the tests, vaster than anyone has ever before, And anyone ever will, I'm sure. Who will recognize your abilities? Everyone, of course. I never make an error when I'm casting the magic. I even constructed my foci correctly on the very first try. And it is the finest of all the foci, I might add. What is a foci? Oh, I could explain it, but I doubt you'd understand. It's very complicated magic and all. You're a healer? Yes, why else would I be here? Anyway, are you in need of healing? Nay. I claim relieved, for I do not wish to take precious time away from my studies. No one here has the raw talent and ability I have. And I will suffer no one to surpass me. I must be the best. I will be the best. Now, if you'll excuse me. And just think, Stellos can't even appreciate those curtains. Yeah, they've got a lot of very fancy tapestries here. Oh, sleepy. Okay, where's Xavier? Professor X, where are you? I need you to teach me airbending. Tapestries? What tapestries? Who authorized these purchases? You did, Stellos. You've got your signature right here. Excuse me? A fair day to you, stranger. And a fair day to you. You are new here. I'm Brother Xavier. Seek you healing? My name's Boyden. Well met, Boyden. What is this place? This is Argentrock Isle. It is home to those that follow the great Titan of air, Stratos. Who is Stratos? Stratos is the greatest of the Titans, worthy of the respect and admiration of all. I'm surprised people aren't saying, what do you mean, who is Stratos? Everyone knows the four Titans. Who are the followers? We are the Theurgists. By devoting our lives to Stratos, we're able to touch a small portion of the Titan's power and use it to heal. Healing? Yes, this is a place of healing. Do you require my skills as a healer? No, I don't need healing, except maybe my mind. Oh, it is pleased. I am that you are well. Dear me, this man is dense. This is a castle, isn't it? There are tapestries, aren't there? What is this place? This is Argentrock Isle. Yeah, we said that. Worthy of respect? Yes, even for one such as you, who is obviously not enlightened. What do you mean by that? Stratos can offer great things. Enlightened? You are not of our order and have not heard the mystic voice of Stratos. Once you have heard the voice, you become enlightened. I wish enlightenment. This is a noble cause. I hope you have the mettle for it. The tests to gain enlightenment are fearsome. Tell me of the tests. It is good to see you are interested. I am responsible for administering the first two tests. The first is the test of wisdom. The second is the test of centeredness. Tell me of the test of wisdom. The test of wisdom is the first test you may take in your journey for enlightenment. This test consists of 5 questions which I shall ask you. These questions will test your knowledge of the ways of the Theurgists. You must answer all 5 correctly to pass the test. If you are thinking of taking this test, I strongly suggest you spend some time studying in the monastery's library. Do you still wish enlightenment? Not right now. Let's go study. Well, this is certainly not for everybody. There's another who has decided to take the tests, and he is doing well in his studies. Another wishing enlightenment? Yes, a young man named Torin. He is an ambitious student and a very fast learner. Bye. Farewell, my friend. This is a castle, and we have many tapestries, and if you are a Scottish lord, then I am Mickey Mouse. Squid. Do you have anything to steal? What are you doing there? Nothing. How dare he? Whack. And that was how Indiana Jones snuck into Castle Brunwald.
let's see what's in these books. The spell of Hear Truth. A useful spell for any number of reasons. This spell allows the theurgist to hear both what the speaker is saying and what the truth is. If the speaker is indeed speaking untruthfully, the truth will come to the caster as if carried on a breeze. The focus for this spell resembles a chain. The words spoken upon casting are unquas law. Yoink. I don't think I actually need to keep these, but just add to my collection. I don't know, tapestries always make me think of that scene. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with it, actually. The Saga of Bone Crusher. I think we read this one. Tenebrands, Bone Crusher. To this day, intrepid treasure hunters continue to look for the hammer called Bone Crusher. Cool, cool. I don't think that will come up in the test. The spell of Intervention. A powerful spell. Upon casting the spell of Intervention, the theurgist calls into being a wall of air that blocks all damaging forces. While this spell will protect the caster from all blows and striking attacks, it will not protect the caster from immersion in lava or drowning in water. Well, what good is it then? The focus for this spell resembles a fist, and the words used are Insunct Unjux. Make me more protected and not trapped. Because the Avatar cannot swim. I don't know why I put up with this. Oh, mighty Stratos, forgive my fragility. Okay. Except in Underworld games, yeah. And Ultima 9. We read this one. The wisdom of Stratos is not difficult to find. It will come to any who follow the ways of the great air titan. You need only blah 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 blah. Yeah, we read this one. The way of Stratos is never easy, for the trait Stratos requires most above all of her followers is honesty. A great battle was raging, and the king was gravely wounded. A follower of Stratos was called to administer healing. On the way to the king's tent, the acolytes saw the battle was going quite badly for the king's men. When the acolyte arrived at the king's side, the king was already breathing his last. There was little the acolyte could do. In a whisper, the king asked how his troops fared. With little hesitation, the acolyte told him it was going badly. The king gripped the acolyte's arm and thanked him for speaking honestly. For though lies would have given him strength for the moment, the truth made him stronger for a lifetime. What little lifetime he had left. Thus we see that the way of truth may not be the easiest, but it is the best. I need to play Ultima 9. Yeah, you should. It's got its criticism, and I must admit I was fairly critical of it back in the day. But it does, I think, stand on its own as an okay game. It's just that there's a few weird holes in the lore. Hope Poppy is doing well. I think she's doing alright. She looks pretty comfy. I didn't run it back in the day. Not well. Yeah, I had difficulties when I first got it, which were resolved when I installed the correct version of DirectX. I remember trying to load the game and being a little dismayed when it was like 2 frames per minute. And, even the menu is this sort of 3D book that opens up. But doing 3D like that back in the day was a little bit ambitious, and my computer was really struggling. But I did eventually get it running at a good enough pace that I could play the game. Still have the Dragon Edition and all that contents though, nice. I've since got an Ngog for backup purposes. Right, I've got... it's not the Dragon Edition. I think basically all I have left of it is the CD-ROM jewel case and the manual. Yeah, I think I've got the manual. Ah, of course, the Dragon Edition. You are, after all, Lumina Dragon. Good to meet thee. I did register myself way back in the day as Spoon Dragon, not to be confused with the Spoony one, but Spoon Dragon is my dragon name. I didn't participate too much in the community at that time, though. so I don't really have a name for myself. It is important to keep in mind Stratos' teachings when raising your child. When you are angry at some small transgression your child has committed, remember that Stratos says there are no bad children, merely high-spirited or rebellious ones. Sooner or later, all children will return to their home, and they should always be welcomed back, for all children are indeed precious. As there are no bad children, then it follows that a child who performs an act with which you disagree should be taught the wrong of the action rather than receive punishment. As Stratos says, spare the rod and speak with the child. An unhappy child, however, requires different care, for what are words when sadness fills the heart? Take time to offer comfort and soothing immediately, for a sad child makes a sad world. I had the demo of Ultima 9, but couldn't get it to work on the family computer. It was maybe a decade later I got the Ultima Collection. It was very demanding. A lot of the Ultima games, honestly, have been ambitious for whatever computer specs were available at the time. We all had trouble getting Ultima 7 to run because you had to free up enough conventional memory and still have a mouse driver while not using EMM 386 because you had to use its own memory manager. I had a boot disk for my Ultima 7 plays. But I don't think Ultima 9 was on Ultima Collection. Right. I was very active on the Usenet news groups and the Wearmount Moo. The latter far, far longer than the former lasted. I only dabbled in Moos, mud, really, a little bit in uni. There was a Discworld mud. It was nice. I'm in the Discord when I remember. The way of Stratos is the way of truth. There are none that can deny this. Above all, the follower of Stratos loves the way of truth and will seek it out above all else in companions. If only we could have companions, right? Beware the way of lies and falsehoods. Its path is broad, and its lure is sweet. The way of truth is the harder road. Its brambles will tear at your heart. You may feel you are ready for this hardship, but it will strike you close to your heart. Once a follower of Stratos was called before the town magistrate to give testimony against a thief who had stolen bread. When the thief entered the room and was unmasked, the acolyte was horrified to find it was her brother. Oh, so there are female acolytes. Okay. She felt she had to lie and claim no knowledge of the theft, for to tell the truth would cost her brother his right hand. Her false words brought her brother his freedom, yet the child of Stratos still felt a heavy heart. Not more than 3 days later, her brother was slain while trying to steal more food. Had she only reached to Stratos for guidance and found the strength to speak the truth before the magistrate, her brother would only have lost only his hand, not his life. And I'm sure she could have just healed that up good fast. Truth is the only way of Stratos. Boot disk. Now that's a term I've not heard in a long time. A long time. I was there, Duke Darkwood. I was there 3,000 years ago. Ultimately, I replaced it with like a boot menu because you could do that with DOS 6 and stuff. It was cool. Have fun customizing your boot menu. You could change the colors. Oh yeah, awesome. Serpent Isle made you make one? Yeah. I did find it amusing that Ultima 7 Black Gate, in the opening scene, if you decided to just forego the mouse driver in a desperate attempt to make the game work, Iolo will actually notice that you don't have a mouse attached and recommend that thou purchased one. We read that one. The Spell of Intervention. A powerful spell. Upon casting the Spell of Intervention, the seer just calls into being a wall of air that blocks all damaging forces. We did that one, yeah. My dearest Previn, I regret to tell you that I will not be home from this visit as soon as I had thought. My healing services will be needed here for some time, as a terrible thing has happened to this small village. 2 nights ago, as I had just finished my evening rituals, I heard a horrible commotion from the town square. I ran out to see what the trouble was, only to find the town was overrun by trolls. The trolls had come in search of their favourite meal, human children. From house to house they went, ripping doors off and brushing aside the men as if they were no more than flies.
Mothers wailed as babes were torn from their breasts, and fathers cried in anguish as one by one their children returned alive. The bloody procession went on, and I fear the screams and sobs will ring in my darkest dreams forever. And then a miracle occurred. From the final house came not a cry of torment, but one of victory. We raced down the street to the house. We found the inside strewn with the bodies of the trolls, and there in the middle stood Nedra, a young woman who had just given birth a few days before. She had her newborn clutched in one arm. In the other was a magnificent silver sword. She told us that as the trolls burst in, she had grabbed the only weapon she had, a knitting needle, and had cried out to Stratos to protect her child. Instantly, in answer to her plea, the great Stratos turned the needle into a magnificent sword. She said the sword fairly danced in her hand, slaying the trolls left and right until none were left alive. While I can find some solace in the miracles Stratos performed, I'm afraid the task ahead of me is almost overwhelming. I do what I can to ease the hurts, but wounds of the mind Stratos gives no power to heal. I will stay until I have done all I can, then I will carry the sword, now called Protector, to Argentrock Isle. There I will prepare a small shrine for it in the catacombs beneath the monastery. Ah! Loot to find. I do miss you, my love, and ask that you watch over our dear little Stellos until I can return. It is sad that his mother must be away from him so soon after his birth, but I must serve where I am needed. I am sure you understand. All my love, Veras. Poppy thinks it is dirty. She's just giving herself a bit of a lick. Cats need to clean things. I just missed out on Blackgate. I had seen it in Babbage's not very long before, but did not have the PC yet, nor know I was going to, but I hadn't seen it since. I didn't get to play it until the EA Gold Classic CD for Complete Ultima 7. Yeah, I have the Complete Ultima 7 CD, of which you speak, with Blackgate, Forge of Virtue, Serpent Isle, Silver Seed. My original copy was the big box Blackgate version with the floppy disks, which I still have, and the manual, which is around here somewhere. I took it out for stream and I misplaced it, and I'm kicking myself for it. But I've sadly not got the actual box anymore, because it was a cool box. I had played the console versions of 3 to 6 before getting a PC, though. That means you have a fellowship coin. No, sorry, not American. Where we got the scrub tier of like a paper map instead of a cloth map, and no other feelies, unfortunately. I would love to have some of these cool little items that you got in the boxes, like the runes and the orb of the moons and all sorts of things, but no. I do have a coin from my copy of Oblivion, though, that I got the collector's edition of. So I've got a Drake, I believe they're called. Still have my SI box and all of its content. The box has seen better days, though, yeah. Annoyingly, I lost Ultima 1's box in a move in 2019. Yeah. Message to Poppy. Meow per meow. Message received. Spell of Restoration. Here we go. Actual healing spells. Thank you. Providing the recipient is still alive upon the beginning of the casting. Eliminate wounds. Theurgist find in great demand. The focus of the spell resembles an open hand. The words which must be uttered upon casting the spell are thus in money. Yoink. No, come on, yoink. Boyden. The spell of Reveal, we looked at that already. Spell of Aerial Servant, very useful. Is that virtuous, Avatar? Thankfully, I don't have any companions to start second-guessing my avatarly motives. And besides, we're not the Avatar, we're Boyden. Came here quite by accident. The actual Avatar is probably on her way back to Britannia by now. By boat, which would be the sensible way to go.
One of the more impressive of the theurgic spells, Aerial Servant is also one of the most versatile. Upon casting of the Aerial Servant spell, a whirling being of air is called into existence. This being will accept the theurgist's directives to manipulate or move any object. One of the more interesting aspects of this spell is that the Aerial Servant is able to move objects through another solid object, such as a door or wall, because we didn't want to try and implement collision detection there. The focus used to represent the spell represents an armband, and the casting words are Kal Ork Zen. Please tell me she's not Steve the Avatar from Nakar's LP of the series. No, she has a much more sensible name. Poggers. See what this book is? Spell of Healing Touch. This is the least powerful of the healing spells of Stratos, one of the first usually learned by the adepts. Focus necessary to cast this spell represents a pointing hand. The words that must be uttered at the moment of casting are in money. Healing other people? Why do we want to bother with that? Have you read those? They're amazing. I have read a bunch of LPs. I don't recall if I've read Nakar's one specifically. And I'm tired and a lot of the other names escape me. There's a lot of really funny ones. You'd recall. No, I don't actually have access to memory at the moment. Sorry, Duke. I'm really running on fumes. Yes, my dearest Previn. Oh. Interesting. Veras made copies of her message to her husband in duplicate, just in case. Bound them in leather and everything. Spell of Divination. The Divination spell is the most practical spell. It allows the caster to know his exact location, time of day of the week, and the current month. The focus necessary for casting the spell resembles a sextant. The spell also has a vocal aspect. The words that must be uttered at the moment of casting are in vis. I don't like how this often goes to a cross cursor when I'm clearly trying to drop it on the character. And I end up having to sort of drop it on my knees. Nakar's LP from 4 through Serpent Isle. Avatar was female one named Steve, and Virtuous's was... Steve had a very liberal interpretation of virtuous behavior. I mean, it sounds familiar. Also, there was a death cannon. Oh, well, you'd need that to dispatch Lord British, wouldn't you? Boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop. Let's pass the Theurgist exam now. I think we've done plenty of studying. Doug the Eagle, that was the one I was thinking of. Doug the Eagle had some very fun ones. I must meditate now. No, I want you to do my entrance exam. Hello, Brother Xavier. What may I assist you with? I wish to learn to heal. Then to do this must you become enlightened. Enlightened? You are not of our order and have not heard the mystic voice of Stratos. Once you've heard the voice, you become enlightened. I wish enlightenment. This is a noble cause. I hope you have the mettle for it. The tests to gain enlightenment are fearsome. You question my mettle? I simply mean that these tests are not for the faint of heart. Only one strong in his faith to Stratos, or her faith, may find the strength of heart to survive the tests. Oh man, Doug the Eagle Dragon. I'm familiar with his side as well. Yeah. I did some shenanigans in my Serpent Isle playthrough based on things I'd learned were possible through that one. What makes the tests fearsome? The tests are quite dangerous. We have lost more than a few initiates to them. Right, and is the oral exam that dangerous? Tell me the tests.
It is good to see you are interested. I am responsible for administering the first two tests. The first test is the test of wisdom. Second is the test of centeredness. Tell me the test of wisdom. Test of wisdom is the first test you may take in your journey for enlightenment. This test consists of 5 questions which I shall ask you. These questions will test your knowledge of the ways of the theurgists. You must answer all 5 correctly to pass the test. If you're thinking of taking this test, I strongly suggest you spend some time studying in the monastery's library. Do you still wish enlightenment? I remember a few of those shenanigans, yeah. There's also some that kind of are like speedrun strats. And on the many, many things that Neko is going to do as a stream at some point, but hasn't yet, I kind of want to figure out if I can do a speedrun of Serpent Isle, because that would be fun. And possibly, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe there's a route I could take that would be faster than the current record. Aye. That's it, that's the spirit. You have some backbone after all. You are the second in recent times to come for enlightenment. I will ask you 5 questions. If you can answer all of them right, you may pass to the next test. Do you wish me to continue? Okay. Yes. Very well then. I will begin your testing by asking you 5... No, I already answered the first question. If you miss any of them, you fail the test. Do you accept? Oh, okay. Yes? Your liege lies dying from a wound received in battle. He will not live long. He asks how the battle fares. You know his troops have been routed. How do you answer? I should have said routed. That would have been funnier. The battle's lost. Your only child has run away from home. He returns after several years of debauchery and crime. Do you welcome him home, allowing the past to go unpunished, or do you turn him away until he has redeemed himself and regained your trust? Welcome him home. Your brother stands accused of thievery, having taken material to clothe his family. Do you give your truthful testimony, or hold your tongue so that the family may be safe? Truthful testimony. When seeking respite, do you choose a cool beach by the sea, a quiet mountain glen, the warmth of a campfire, or the breezy evening on the porch? Breezy evening. You come across a battle. The fighting is fierce and the injured lay moaning in agony. Do you tend the injured, join the battle, run for help, or do nothing and remain neutral until the fight is over? Tend to the injured. Very good. You have earned the right to proceed to the next test. Tell me of the test of centeredness. Sorry, I'll get to you in a moment. I cannot linger in the dialogue, or it will cancel the damn dialogue. The test of centeredness is the second test you may take on your quest for enlightenment. During this test, you will find yourself on a high rock. The winds will test your strength, balance, and courage. May I take the test of centeredness? Yes, I think perhaps you are ready. To take the test of centeredness, you must travel to Windy Point and climb the highest rock there. Once atop the rock, Stratos will begin her testing of you. Her winds will blow you, but you must stay atop the rock, for to fall can mean almost sure disablement and possibly death. Good luck, friend. Pretty easy to find the LPs. On the Let's Play archive, search by the author of Nakar. Something about the Ultimate title includes a lot of titles with Ultimate in them. Yeah, makes sense. Have you ever read Boat Murdered, Duke Darkwood? That's on the Let's Play archive, and that's what got me into Dwarf Fortress. So, which way to Windy Point? Read what? Boat Murdered. Let me see if I can link it. It was a Let's Play, like a collaborative Let's Play of... did they just use magic to close the doors? Because they're air magics, peoples. Lazy. I can relate. I would do the exact same thing if I were able to use air magic.
But yeah, Boat Murdered is a collaborative Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress, the very, very early 2D version. And yeah, it's considered by a lot of people to be like that one Let's Play that got people into Dwarf Fortress. It's fun. There's also a Let's Play I've been reading of Exile 2. Not Escape from the Pit. What's Exile 2's subheading? I forget. But yeah, it's a Let's Play that I was going through to try and figure out where I was in the game, because I left my save game ages and ages and ages ago, and I could not remember what we were up to or what we were doing. So I found, like, okay, you know what? A Let's Play might be fun to read through and try and figure out where we're at. Gotcha. No, next to nothing about the game itself. I just didn't catch what that word you said was until Yaz put it in chat, spelled out. No worries, Duke Darkwood. Sometimes enunciation of words like that is difficult, and I don't have stream captions on. And honestly, I'm just kind of disappointed in the quality of stream auto-captioners. That I haven't found one that I really like that works well. So, maybe I'll just write my own damn captioner. Poppy seems to be resting. She does that. She does that a lot. But it's good for us because it means she stays on camera. And we get to see how cute she is. Think you're cute? Mm-hmm. Where's the map? How do I get to Windy Point? Do 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 do. Okay, round the back of the monastery, sure. This way? It would have been very difficult for the Ultima collection, released in February of '98, to include Ultima 9, released in '99. Well, you never know. Could have a buggy pre-release version. Man, Ultima 9. I remember seeing screenshots of it in magazines when it was during development, and they were still doing it as a top-down perspective game, like third-person perspective, top-down, a little bit like the Ultima Online perspective, but done with 3D, until they eventually settled on the behind-the-shoulder camera. It was in development purgatory for a long time, yeah. On the other hand, Dragon Age Online does include a copy of the Ultimate Collection. Ah! Right, you borrowed it from the store. Cool. I think my copy of Ultima 9 was actually a gift from my good friend, which was nice. There's a lot of mandrills. Hi. There were multiple staff changes. Yeah, that sounds about right. And EA's management style. Ultimately, yeah, 9, I mean, we'll get into it once we're actually playing 9 on the stream. It's not without flaws. Ah, here we go, that must be Windy Point. It's not without flaws, but it's pretty cool. Like, it did things that were technologically impressive at the time. And the lore is a bit buggy. I feel like I've got my own little headcanon for how we could fix the lore, but we'll get into that when we play it. And yeah, like 3D, like not a lot of games were doing 3D back then. Not like immersive open world 3D that you can do all sorts of things in. EA. Lord British does want to remake this. Well, he needs to get the rights to it first, doesn't he? Need to get the rights back. I'll probably fade those streams because for some wacky reason I still want to go in as blind as possible, even with what I've been accidentally exposed to. That's totally understandable, Duke. I would want to do the same, so please feel no obligation to tune into my streams just because I'm playing something that you want to remain unspoiled for. Come on, Boyd, and you just jump. Just jump up there. Grab a hold. I do upload all of my VODs to YouTube these days, so people are always able to catch up on the YouTubes. And if you're one of those that can't watch my stream live and you're watching on YouTube, hello there. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, whatever, you know. Sponsored by NordVPN. He said if he gets the rights back, he's hoping to remake everything from 4 to 9. Cool. I mean, it's sheer chance I'm here today because I had a bout of insomnia. Oh, that sucks, Duke Darkwood. Thanks for tuning in, though. Appreciate it. And I hope you can get some rest and fix your sleeping schedule, because maybe if you can, then there's also hope for me. It would be amazing if you can do it, yeah. I'd hope that if they get remade, it's not like a complete overhaul, but they still retain some of the classic gameplay elements of that time, and like even the graphics really don't need to be fancy 4K Ultra HD with bloom ready for your PlayStation 6 or whatever. You can just make a game, you know. Also way off my sleeping schedule. Yeah, I think it's common in the retro community for some reason. Oh no, we're being forced off the ledge. Okay, no, stay on the ledge. Always on the ledge. Always on God's ledge. No, turn around. Boyden, turn around. Ow, my knees. Thankfully, we just get to retry as much as we want. Come on, Stratos, you mostly empty bag of wind. Give us your best shot. I think the trick here is that we have to rotate before we can start walking in a given direction. Whereas Stratos can just start shoving us. So we need to keep facing the middle, if we can. Like, we lose time to the actual action of turning around. If only we could be the avatar of Ultima 7, able to run at 1,000,000 miles an hour and turn on a dime. I see messages in the corner of my eye. I'm focusing at the moment. Come on. Don't. Did we do it? Is that good? Lightning usually means someone's angry at us. It windy. My brother's taken a 2-week trip to Japan, something he'd wanted to do for a long time, and when he's gone for any multi-day period, my sleep schedule goes off kilter. Interesting. Are you, like, psychically linked with your brother, so he's got the change of time zone, but then he's passing the jet lag on to you, Duke? You're so rude. Anyway, let's do that again, just for fun, just to prove that we can. Okay, I guess we're reloading the game twice here. Push the button a millisecond too much. It's actually quite nice of them to center the camera during this sequence. Oh, Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ, no! Ah! This is fine. No, but he has a job he rises early for, and while I'm still a night owl, I always feel I've been up too late if I'm up when he gets up. Right. My flatmate gets up quite early, but it usually doesn't affect me. Poppy, on the other hand, has a very... has a very random schedule, and sometimes she'll be up early and want food and do her business in the bathroom, and sometimes she'll just let me sleep in. Who knows which will happen. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for this. I like how Boyden could handle everything the sky threw at him, but then the ground got to him in the end. Yeah, it's not the falling that I'm afraid of, it's the ground. Is he moonwalking? I briefly, flew off the edge there and then managed to land back on it. That was clutch. Seems like this is a one-player game, but why is there so much mention of Boyden? Because we're Boyden. Moody. No, heaven forbid we actually have the player's name on... Boyden. We have named our save game and our player character Boyden, Moody Mystery, because due to events at the end of Serpent Isle, which I will spare you, in my headcanon, the Avatar goes home and has a nice time back in Britannia, whereas we, Boyden, are the ones that end up in Pagan. The reason, let's just write the diary here. Let's write the diary. The reason that I like to imagine that the protagonist of Ultima 8 is Boyden, and ooh, you haven't even met Boyden yet, have you? Because you're still stuck in Moonshade. Boyden has a habit of exploding. And so does this character. You can accidentally light an oil flask in your backpack, which I don't have handy, and explode into a mass of limbs, which is very reminiscent of that person. Been streaming Wizardry 6 too much recently. Well, I mean, you've got to focus on one thing at a time. I do hope you get into Serpent Isle again soon and manage to get your way out of that area, because damn, I love that game. The Avatar in Ultima 8 can jib himself. Exactly, Duke. I never got this far, only around Pyros, and admittedly was entirely lost and likely doing things out of order. Well, I don't know if I'm doing things in order, Freemy. We haven't done Pyros yet in this playthrough. We're just doing Theurgists, because it seemed like the next thing to do. Serpent Isle rules. Yeah, it so does. I had a thought, but I lost it. Jibbing yourself. Yes. One thing I read about Ultima 8, and I never got the ability to, or the opportunity to try it out, but I kind of want to see if it can be done. And I can't even cite my sources because it was so long ago that I recall reading this. But one way to glitch your way through doors, and in particular people were exploring the big double doors that led to the cancelled expansion pack, the Lost Veil, Like there's somewhere in the catacombs, there's some double doors, and you can't get past them, and there is no key to get past them. You're not supposed to go there. But people figured out a way to glitch themselves through it and go explore out of bounds by exploding your character. And, they explode into limbs. And then before the save game screen springs up, or the tombstone or whatever, apparently you still have control of your character. So you could sort of pick yourself up and move yourself around. And then, I forget how the glitch worked exactly. Like, you save a game and reload it, and you're back to normal? Something like that? There's definitely something I want to experiment with, but not today, because I'm very, very tired. Also, according to learned Ultima scholar Doug the Eagle Dragon, if you have multiple ore flasks in your back and set them off, it will make duplicates of all the parts. Oh, nice! Oh, it must have been Doug the Eagle that I read it on then. Yeah. Just have the best magic system. Yeah. So, later on, let's practice exploding. It'll be like another kind of school of magic that we learn. I mean, we've already managed to explore out of bounds a little bit, just to the fact that not all of the catacombs had walls and floors in the right place. And in some places you can just climb over things that should be walls, so it's fun. I like going out of bounds in games. Big fan. We passed the test. Excuse me. It's good to see you, Boyden. Hello, Brother Xavier. What may I assist you with? Her, if you've heard of it. Yeah. Also, hello, Stardrop. I didn't see you come in there. How are you doing? The site still lives. it-her.org, yes. Tell me again. I have completed both your tests. Wonderful. I'm most pleased for you. You have now earned the right to wear the title Initiate. So, Initiate Boyden, now you must find the Honorable Stelos. He will guide you in the next step on your journey to enlightenment. Where is the Honorable Stelos? You should be able to find him in his house at this hour. It is next to the east wall of the compound. Bye. Be well, my friend. Okay, so Stelos does have a business schedule, and he's possibly in his house. You're precisely okay. That is good. This channel is link-friendly? It is link-friendly, Duke Darkwood. I have plans to eventually implement in my bot a way to ban any other people who come in and post a link as the first thing they say, because that never goes well. But in general, I haven't had any problems with people spamming links after they've introduced themselves. It is always like, you don't know how the Twitch is going to behave when you post a link the first time. Are you going to get timed out? Is it going to get turned into stars? Who knows? So, yeah. Let's find Stelos and show him that we've passed the first two tests, and then I'm just going to collapse. We'll raid out to someone else, and I will collapse. That sounds like a plan. So I used circumlocution with mine, yes. Yo, Stelos, my man. How's it going? Is that Stelos or is that Stelos? There's Stelos. Same deal. That's palette swap Stelos. Pardon me. Welcome, my friend. I've passed the first two tests. Yes, I know. You have proven yourself worthy to wear the title Initiate. Now you are ready to begin learning the spells that Stratos guides us. However, before you do that, you must construct your foci. What are foci? A focus is a talisman of great magical power. It is a channel. It allows the wielder to touch a small part of the great power of Stratos and use it for the specific purpose for which the focus was designed, such as healing. It is a powerful item, but in the hands of the inexperienced or weak, it can kill. How do I construct the foci? The construction of the foci is the most important task the Initiative of the Order of Enlightenment can undertake.
The foci are wrought of the finest silver, found only in the caverns under our monastery. Ah, we're going there next. Those caverns are dark and fraught with fearsome creatures. Using this key, you will be able to open the door where the silver may be found. What do I do with the silver? You must take the silver to the blacksmith, Coric, in Tenebrae. Only he has the skill to forge the foci. But these foci will be without power. You must return here, place them upon the altar of focus in the monastery, and call upon the name of Stratos. If you have met with her approval, she will fill them with her power. Bye. May you be well. All right. So, next time, we can go and do all of that. We can get some silver, maybe loot a item. We can get some focus. Struth, we need to focus.
Your treasured Britannia succumbs easily. Soon all the land will be mine.
There you go. Speaking of bots, has summoned them, apparently. Thankfully, Seribot is still working in terms of being able to ban bots, and so Seribot is the one that's banned that one. But I wanted to make my own bot do it, and then Twitch took away the nice ability to have bots do / commands. So I have to go and implement the whole damn API if I want Robotnik to do anything for us. Still just too old. Leave some age for the rest of us. Yeah. Don't just hoard it. In U7, north is just up. Oh, yes. In isometric Ultimas, north is up left. Yes, not up right. I believe north is this way. Up and right in terms of Ultima 8. 6 and 7 had isometric view, but straight tile surface. It was like... There's a fancy word for it. Someone taught it to me. I immediately forgot it. In one ear and out the other. Yeah. So if you learned necromancy and then you went here, I don't know how to get to this place you are at. Well, Ifrimi, I went back to the... there's a long cave route that took me from somewhere to Stone Cove. And there were a couple of offshoots from the path there. And one of the offshoots was guarded by a door, which for some reason, the Necromancer's key of the Scion will open up. Don't ask me why the Necromancers have the one key that can take you to the Theurgist's place. Maybe there's some sort of cross-promotional thing going there. Like, hey, don't forget to use my affiliate key to when you want to learn Theurgy. Call it half isometric. That's something, yeah. Like, I've always associated isometric with, like, this 45-degree angle. And then I don't know what I would call Ultimas 6 and 7. But they're kind of cool in their own way. Raiding. Let's go find someone to raid out to. Which is another thing I want to build into my bot. I'm just a bit preoccupied at the moment with like fixing my sleep schedule and randomly hacking away at a retro QBasic game. Just catching. Yes, this is good. Yep, you can see she's breathing. The camera is still functioning. It's just not moving very much. Thanks for a great stream. Thank you, Moody, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you all. I would do this even if I had no viewers, but having people to chat to while I play these cool old nostalgic games is like a bonus. Good night, Poppy. Good night. It's like when you give your spare key to a neighbour in case you lose yours. Yes. Buildings and people and objects in them are tilted, though. But yeah, the world itself is orthogonal. If you tilt your head, Ultima 7 is ultimatric, I think. Thanks for the stream. No worries, Afrimi. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I have seen... there's that really cool Ultima 7, but rendered in a 3D engine, that someone on Twitter was showing off like their work in progress of. UDIC retweeted it a bunch. And there's like a neat property of the Ultima 7 Revisited. I don't know if that's the one, Dr. Yasmin, but it's like they were demoing a 3D engine for it.
I'll put it in the Discord later, which, by the way... Wait. OBS, can I type? Can I type OBS? Yeah, I can. Discord. So, a neat property of the Ultima 7 tile set is that you can, like, the graphics are skewed, but you can unskew them and have like a normal flat door texture, and it kind of works. And then this person has then applied that to their 3D game engine, and they're trying to make a 3D viewer for Ultima 7 worlds. It's very cool. The thing I don't understand is, why is the avatar not following the avatar cycle? Yeah, kind of rude. But I guess if you're the avatar, you can make an exception. Who are raiding? We've got... Yes, one. Okay, yeah. I'll open this up, see what we're doing there. Phasma, sure. Cyberpunk. Wait for my ads to load. If you're starting with Earth, it should be fire, air, then water, then heart. Heart! Basically isometric, but rotated 45 degrees, yeah. It's interesting. I like it. And it has really great art. Ads are adsing. What are we playing here? Oh, okay. Then again, nice to raid like the smaller streamers. Share the love around, you know? Oh, I don't know. Braining is hard. Poppy said to me, meow meow per meow. Could you please translate? She was saying how she is starving and she is but skin and bones, and I do not feed her enough. How about... Let's go to Useless City. They're playing Fear, which is... I mean, it's not retro if you ask me, but I suppose it is getting on a bit now in terms of when it was released. It's all 3D and shooty and has some jump scary bits, so be warned if that's not your thing. But Useless City's another cool Aussie streamer that we like here, so let's go say hi to them, and then I can just collapse and cease cognition for a little while. Does that sound good? That sounds good. Let's do that. Compassion, valor, humility, honesty, justice, sacrifice, honor, spiritual life. Go British. One day I will automate all of this. It's honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, then humility. It's all sorts of fun systems. Truth, love, courage, that sort of thing. Yes, shout out Useless City. So if you're on mobile, you often get left behind by the raid. That's where you can find them. Thank you for being here. I'm rapidly running out of ability to speak coherent sentences, so I will see you next time, Monday at 7 PM Australia Sydney time, or 9 AM UTC. It's possible that I'm going to do a 9 AM stream for my time at some point, where I'm going to do some retro coding, but I need to actually like sit down and organize that, and that's been rough, so no guarantees there. I'll tell you when I tell you. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves. Rest well. Sleep is important. Take care.